CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. Off the top, chopper for over the scene in North Miami High. That's where there are reports of police activity. Miami-Dade Fire Rescue on the scene. Our CBS News Miami's Larry Seward is headed that way right now, and he's going to have the very latest on what's going on there coming up tonight at 5. Miami police are searching for clues. It's following a deadly shooting at a Miami parking lot. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner has been following this story, and she joins us with the very latest on the investigation.
I spoke to a family out here, one woman visibly upset. The other guy told me that he believes it's his brother who could be the victim here. He said that he tracks his brother on his phone. Around 5:30 this morning, he lost contact with his brother and that phone has since died. He says that he is working with Miami police to confirm whether or not it is his brother, but he says his brother doesn't actually live in the area, so he's not sure why he would be here. Now, Miami police confirmed that the shooting likely happened in the parking lot behind this building. I actually spoke to a woman who lives in an apartment that overlooks the parking lot, and she told me she heard gunshots this morning, came out of her unit and saw two men standing over a body. She watched as the two men wearing masks and hoods ran away.
Everybody is okay except for the gentleman that took a bullet to the head.
A scary morning for people waking up on Northwest 18th Street.
I was shaken a little bit after seeing a dead body right outside of her room.
Witnesses did not want to go on camera as the murderers are still on the run. A boy told me he heard multiple shots before 6:30 this morning. His mom gave him permission to speak to CBS Miami.
I heard several gunshot wounds from the back and the front. And they had stopped, and then 4 more fired.
And said he too saw the body.
I was just worried about where my mom was when it happened, and I went and woke my grandma up.
Miami police confirmed one person is dead.
Shortly before 6:30 a.m., City of Miami police officers responded to the location in regards to a shooting. Once officers arrived on scene, they did in fact locate an adult Hispanic male suffering from gunshot wounds.
But still many questions.
At this time, detectives are still trying to figure out if this is going to be an isolated incident, if it's a targeted incident. These are all of the information that detectives are working to confirm at this time.
Like if the victim lived in the building.
I can't confirm if the victim lives here or not, or if he was visiting someone.
Multiple witnesses told me this building operates as an Airbnb, and we watched as people came and left with suitcases throughout the day.
If you're a person who saw or heard anything, that piece of information can help our detectives close out this case and locate suspects who are responsible, that have no regard to our society, and place them behind bars.
As for the identity of the victim, Miami police told us that they will not release his name until the family is notified. In Miami, Morgan Reiner, CBS News, Miami.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And taking a live look outside, warmer weather still moving into South Florida, but there could be even more changes for your weekend. Let's get right to Next Weather meteorologist Dave Warren. How's it shaping up?
Yeah, well, first we have to warm up, but then we will get much colder a lot in a short period of time here. We are at 78 degrees despite the clouds. Just a warm day, a bit of a breeze out there. It's still gusting over 20 miles an hour. If you're out this evening, hover in the mid-70s, maybe give up a degree or two. We'll keep things mainly dry and be about 75 degrees there by 8 to 9 o'clock tonight. So we are continuing to see the warm air across the area. Trying to hit 80. We've been there. 1 or 2 places did touch 80 degrees like Homestead. Many clouds across the area, but what is trying to work its way south? The cooler temperatures still across the southeast, much of the Florida Peninsula. Very, very warm with temperatures into the mid to low 80s here. From 85 Sunday, we have the big drop Sunday night, Monday, and that's where we end up Tuesday morning. So a good 30-degree plus temperature drop as our next front arrives. We have a few more days to go before we get there. Friday and again today and Friday and Saturday. warm. Now, as the front approaches, it does get a little pull a little moisture in, so we'll put a few showers in the forecast there on Sunday. Still very, very warm with temperatures in the mid-80s. A big drop in temperatures there from Sunday night to Monday, and then we get even cooler as that breeze just continues to come in from the north. A chilly morning expected by Tuesday as we're into the mid to low 50s there. Near record highs, but not quite there before we get to Sunday. And we don't have to look at the records here. We just look at that big drop in temperatures there Monday to Tuesday. Now we have the marathon Sunday morning. Not exactly ideal temperatures there, just a bit warm. It will be climbing into the mid to low 70s here. The extended forecast has bright sunshine and cooler temperatures. Looks like the coolest is Tuesday morning. A little warmer Wednesday and Thursday. Pleasant afternoons, though, with that low humidity and temperatures in the mid 70s.
All right, not so bad at all. Thanks for the latest. Governor Ron DeSantis is back in South Florida this afternoon, focused on the Everglades. These are his first public remarks since pulling out of the race for president. CBS News Miami's Joan Murray has more details on what he has to say.
Yeah, and the governor had a lot to say about this project, taking a lot of credit for it actually unfolding. So we are here where they had a ribbon cutting just a short time ago the governor was a part of. I'll try to explain this as best I can, but it is part of the big picture, the big puzzle on trying to restore the Everglades. So take a look behind me. So what you are looking at here is the water that runs off of Lake Okeechobee. As we know, that water is polluted with a lot of farm fertilizer, everyday living, sewage, even pet waste. And those pollutants lead to problems with many areas of this part of Florida, including big algae blooms, which again we are all familiar with. So this water is runoff from Lake Okeechobee. This water is being treated now in this just unveiled treatment area. Basically, the water is filtered, they take out the pollutants, and that leads to cleaner water. This is a big deal because water from here will flow to Everglades National Park, and then beyond that, Florida Bay, that is between the tip of Florida and the Florida Keys. But the big takeaway, of course, is ultimately this does affect our drinking water. So not only is this going to protect wildlife, marine life, and plants and animals, but our drinking water, because ultimately this water does replenish our aquifer system. That was just a brief ecological primer for everybody out there. So let's take a listen to what Governor Ron DeSantis had to say about this event, in which he said Florida contributed billions of dollars.
Over the last 5 years, we have either completed or broken ground on 67 different Everglades-related projects. We've done things like break ground and complete the old Tamiami Trail roadbed removal project 6 months ahead of schedule, and secured full funding and completed the raising of the Tamiami Trail. That has allowed more water to flow south to Everglades National Park.
So again, one small piece of the puzzle to restore the Everglades. I did ask, where are we in this whole process going on now decades? And I'm told we are not even 50% there. So we will be seeing these projects and other things unfolding over the next years and decades before the Everglades are fully restored. In South Bay, Joan Murray, CBS News, Miami.
When we come back, how a South Florida nonprofit is trying to restore hope in the streets of South Florida, and it's also making Miami proud. Stay with us. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. This Sunday, thousands of runners will take over the streets of Miami. It is for the annual Lifetime Miami Marathon. So as a result, there will be some major road closures. The race begins at 6 a.m. at the Casillas Center. All the runners will be off the course by 2 p.m., and that's when the roads will reopen. In this week's Miami Proud, it is all about restoring hope, faith, and dignity to people who are homeless. I learned more about the nonprofit group Love is on the Streets and how they are making a difference. First, a moment of prayer.
Thank you, God, for this day. Thank you for every soul here. Help everyone to feel your love, your light. Help it to fill our hearts.
Hands locked and spirits high.
All right, let's do this.
Awesome, let's do it.
A strong message through powerful action that some people who might often feel overlooked are seen and valued.
I pray, Lord, that you enter the home of their hearts. Take an extra one, my brother. God bless you. And then this is important too. There's people out here that love you, they're praying for you. If you have a Spanish friend, this is something in Spanish.
This card is beautiful.
But this card says, I love you straight up, man.
This is the outreach work of the nonprofit Love is on the Streets.
Love is on the Streets is a nonprofit organization committed to restoring hope, faith, and dignity in the lives of the homeless. And we do that by providing people with food, water, clothes, toiletries, and the spiritual guidance of Jesus Christ. Yeah, we connect them to resources, but we really work on building relationships with these people.
Love is on the Streets organizers tell us the concept for this nonprofit started through a social media challenge. The president of Love is on the Streets gave us the backstory.
With me and a group of friends going out and making challenge videos, finding different creative ways that we could build relationships with the people on the streets and help them just make their day easier. And then it developed to us making it a weekly ritual of helping these people, and then eventually developed into a passion where we realized we needed to create this into a company and an engine that could serve the people living on the streets every day.
Now, with the help of sponsors and donations of food, water, toiletries, and clothes, Love is on the Streets meets every week and hits the streets with its outreach work. On this day, a man named Ed asked for prayer that he might one day have a home to call his own.
Please continue to put the right people into his life, the right blessings into his life, but we specifically pray for a place for Ed to stay, a house where he can go ahead and build his relationship with you.
I'm a big believer that if you share a blessing, you will receive a blessing in the future.
Members of the nonprofit have a big vision for its future and the lives they can touch.
I would love to see maybe 5, 10 more RVs spread around all of America, have the community leaders in different cities, and us being able to really make a difference in all of America.
Members of Love is on the Streets tell us they want to unite people and transform lives through one act of kindness at a time. They certainly do amazing and transformative work. That's the CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Najahe Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a wonderful day.